My team and I have put together a holiday recipe series for you all. We'll be sharing with you mouth-watering recipes that must grace your Christmas table this holiday season. So we're kickstarting this series by showing you how to make an upgraded version of smoky jollof rice. I have a couple of jollof rice recipes on this channel already, but you see this particular smoky jollof rice one, I have never shared it on this channel before. So you want to keep your eyes glued to the screen because Christmas is about to be lit for you. Let's get right into it, shall we? So for my upgraded smoky jollof rice recipe, I already have all of my ingredients prepped and ready to go. Now, of course, we all know that for jollof rice, you need your tatashe, a lot of it. Tatashe is just chili red bell pepper. I'm also going to be using just a little tiny bit of tomatoes, some onions, garlic, and fresh pepper as well. Then because this channel shows you how to make your food really healthy, we're going to be using a bunch of colorful vegetables here to make the smoky jollof rice as well. I'm using red bell pepper, yellow and the green one, some carrots and some cabbage, as well as some sweet corn. Over here, I have some spices, of course, my washed basmati rice. I have tomato paste. I have some freshly minced garlic and fresh pepper, and then some bay leaves as well. And let's not forget the oil. Let's get right into this upgraded smoky jollof rice recipe, the healthy version. So to begin making my upgraded version of smoky jollof rice, I have a bunch of peppers, tomatoes, onions, and garlic here. And what I'm going to do is just start by cutting it up into tiny bite-sized pieces. The traditional method will just be for you to blend this up in the blender and then fry with some oil. We're not going to do that. Scrap that. We're going to actually roast the peppers and the tomatoes and the onions. And I tell you, it's a literal game changer. Next up, I'll do the tomatoes as well. And then finally, I would cut up the onions as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just grab all of the chopped pieces and lay them nicely on the tray. You don't want to skip this step. It's one of the major secrets to getting very smoky, tasty jollof rice. I'm just going to scatter it all around so that it forms an even layer. And then I'll just take a little tiny bit of oil and spray right on top of it, just like so. And then just a little bit of salt to taste. All that's left to do is just place this in a 180 degrees centigrade preheated oven and allow it to roast up for about 20 to 25 minutes or until it becomes slightly charred. Alright fam, the peppers and tomatoes are fresh out of the oven. Now, if you notice the pepper pieces are slightly charred, like it has some dark edges to it, that's exactly what you want. Be careful not to burn your peppers and your tomatoes because there is a very slight or slim line between charred and burnt. You don't want to burn your peppers, okay? So what I'm just going to do now is blend this up in a blender until it is nice and smooth. Okay, we are one step closer to making the perfect smoky jollof rice. This smells like heaven. Now, this is the star of today's recipe. Look at how lush and beautiful it is, and it smells divine. I can already smell that smoky jollof ricey flavor and aroma from this alone. You got this with your life, guys. But I'm going to set it off to the side for now. And then in my pot that's already heating up on medium heat, I'm going to drizzle just a tiny drizzle of oil. That is fine. And in this oil right here, I'm going to throw in some onions along with some fresh pepper and garlic. And then I'll move that around real quick. Afterwards, I'm going to introduce the star of today's recipe, which is the blended pepper and tomato that we grilled in the oven earlier. And everything is just going to go into the pot to start lending its yummy flavor to this smoky jollof rice recipe. And I'm also going to add some tomato paste just to help with the color and of course the taste of this. And then I'll mix it all together to combine. This smells divine. Now you don't have to fry this for so long, and that's another reason why we're not using a lot of oil, because we already grilled it or roasted it in the oven. We have built that flavor. I'm just going to let it cook for about 3-4 minutes because I want to cook down the taste of the tomato paste slightly, and then we can continue. Okay? I just washed off the blender with just a little bit of water, and I'm adding it into the pot at this point, and I'll give it all a good stir just to combine everything together. My kitchen already smells like smoky jollof rice. So I'm just going to cover this up and allow it to cook for just 4 minutes. Okay, so this has had some time. Woohoo! Look at that smokiness. We're still building all of that good flavor in the pot. It has had some time to cook. At this point, what I'm going to do is just go ahead now, and then I would add some curry, thyme, some paprika powder for extra color. And then of course, jollof rice is not jollof rice without some Knorr seasoning cubes. And then some salt. I'm also going to be throwing in just a little tiny bit of nutmeg, okay, for more of that goodness. And then I'll mix this all together just to combine. This already smells so good. This base is perfection, I promise you. So I'm adding the washed rice. The full ingredients is going to be in the description box down below, so be sure to check it out there, okay? And then of course, if you want more healthy and delicious recipes that you can enjoy this holiday season, please check the description box down below. We have a lot of meal plans for you. We have the 7-day healthy meal plan, the low carb meal plan, the diabetes meal plan, the detox meal plan. We have a lot of meal plans. So just check the link in the description box down below to access and download a copy for yourself. Okay? That's all the rice in there. I'm going to stir this together just to mix it all in. This definitely looks good. At this point, you can now go ahead and add your liquid of choice. I'm adding some water to mine. You have to add enough liquid to cook the entire rice through. I'm cooking basmati rice, and I find that 1.5 cups of water actually cooks 1 cup of basmati rice perfectly. At this point, I'm going to grab my bay leaves and tuck it into the pot so that it can add more of its beautiful flavor and aroma into the jollof rice. And I'm going to grab a sheet of foil paper. I'll just cover up the pot. Now what I'm doing is I'm trapping the steam of the rice in the pot. It's the steam that cooks your rice, not water. So don't add too much water into your rice. Add just enough to cook the rice through, and then trust the foil paper to trap the steam in the pot. Then your rice will cook perfectly and evenly as well. So the foil paper goes on top, after which I place the lid, raise the foil paper, and I'll reduce my heat to the lowest and allow this rice just gently cook for about 25 to 30 minutes or until it is nice and tender. Okay guys, so while the rice is cooking, I am just going to chop up some vegetables that we're going to add to the rice. Remember, we're trying to keep things really nice and healthy. I have all of my vegetables here, and I recently just got this vegetable chopper on Amazon. This vegetable chopper is thetruth.com.ng. It comes with different compartments that you can use to chop up different types of vegetables. You can slice, you can shred, you can dice. It's quick, fast, and you don't need to struggle chopping up your vegetables with your chopping board and a knife. What it will take you 10 to 15, 20 minutes to do with a chopping board and a knife, it will literally take you less than 30 seconds to do with this chopper, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I have just cut up my vegetables. I have just deseeded the bell peppers and the carrots and sliced them up into flat pieces like this. And what I'm going to do next is just open up the vegetable chopper, place a piece of the bell pepper in it, and that's it. So I'm just going to proceed with the rest of the vegetables. And of course, if you want to buy one, you can use my link in the description box down below to shop on Amazon. And then if you live in Nigeria and you want one from here, I'm also going to put a link that you can use to shop in Nigeria, and then we'll have it delivered to you at your doorstep. I would also put the price in the description box down below so you know the price for it, okay? This is literally going to take me less than 1 minute. I wish we could put a timer on this. Okay, that's pretty much all the vegetables done. And this is what it looks like, all chopped up. You can see how fine and beautiful the vegetables are. If you ask me what my favorite kitchen gadget is for the year 2024, I'll definitely tell you that it is this vegetable chopper. Every woman should have it in her home, especially if you're trying to save time and save yourself some stress. Alrighty, it's time to check on the jollof rice. Look at that goodness, guys. Okay, I'm just going to give this a good fluff with my spoon. Oh, it's perfectly cooked as well, and it definitely smells so divine. As it dries, the grains will start to separate and stand apart, which is exactly what you want. So before I go ahead to add the final component, which is the veggies, I'm just going to fish out all of the bay leaves from the pot. So at this point, the smoky jollof rice is ready. It's nice, it's smoky, but I'm going to go ahead now and add all of that beautiful peppers and carrots, and I'm also going to add some sweet corn as well. I tell you, the more vegetables you add, the better. Okay, so I'll mix that in together. Look at how the vegetables just gave this jollof rice some life. Please and please add some veggies to your rice. That's another beautiful way to load up your rice with lots of nutrients, so that you know that there's some fiber in the rice that you're eating this holiday season. Okay, at this point, now that the vegetables are all in there, I'm going to cover up the pot, right? Then I'll crank up the heat to the highest and allow this to burn for 1 minute 30 seconds. The longer, the better. But if you keep it longer, your rice will burn and you'll probably end up with half of the pot. But then that bottom pot part, 10-10, but just 1 minute, because I have veggies in there and I don't want my veggies to get overly softened. I made some beef dodo earlier and I'm going to be adding it to my jollof rice at this point. Now, we filmed a whole recipe video for this beef dodo and we're going to upload the recipe video next week. So look out for that video, okay? So I'll just mix everything together. Tell me that this is not a pot that is worthy of your Christmas table. This looks absolutely divine. So I'll keep stirring that together. Let's not forget the cabbage at this point. I'm going to add some cabbage to this. Please don't skip this part. Don't skip adding the vegetables. I promise you, it literally will take your jollof rice eating game to the next level. Okay, this is like eating rice and salad though. Just that the salad is now inside the rice. Okay, so I'll just keep mixing that in until everything is well incorporated. I'm just going to cover the pot up now and allow this to cook for final 30 seconds, and then it'll be time for us to serve and devour. Okay, a final check on things. This looks absolutely divine. Oh my god, this smells good, this looks good, and in my humble opinion, this is definitely worthy of anybody's Christmas table. And by this I mean my upgraded version of smoky jollof rice. Now let's split this up, okay? Tell me that this dish is not worthy of your Christmas table. Let me give you guys a quick preview of what to expect when you make yours, guys. The look alone is going to draw anyone to want to eat this food, I promise you. Make sure this jollof rice recipe makes it to your holiday table, okay? Alright family, that's all I have for you for today's episode. I hope you have learned a thing or two. If you'll be recreating this recipe, please don't forget to take pictures and post on your social media, especially Instagram, and tag me at Zeelicious Foods. I really love to see all of your recreations. Remember, if you want to get the vegetable chopper, the links will be in the description box down below. And of course, get more healthy and delicious recipes from our meal plans. Again, all of the links will be in the description box down below, so be sure to check it out there, okay? Alrighty, I'll see you next time with another mouth-watering and delicious holiday recipe. Until then, happy holidays!